Hey, everybody, welcome to episode 1 of the Whole Brain Diet. We were not able to bring it live for you today because of some technical difficulties, but we are here in a recorded session. The topic for today is centering, and each one of us will get your practice on centering. I start with mine. I'm Shilpi, starting with mindfulness. I'm just going to start my music for you guys. So just sit comfortably and close your eyes. Neck, back, and head aligned. Just bring your attention to your breath. Take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out. In and out. In and out. As part of today's practice, I'll help you center into your body. Just bring attention to the top of your head. And imagine every single cell in your head relaxing, easing, and all that stress leaving your head. Go down to your face and imagine everything there, your jaws, your eyes, your forehead, everything relaxing. Any tension you're holding, just leaving your body. So imagine every cell in a beautiful dance, all happy and rejoicing. Now bring attention to your neck and your shoulders. And imagine stress leaving from that part of the body. And you can breathe in some love there. Go down to your arms and your fingers. And imagine stress leaving you there. It's as if you're a little rag doll, slowly falling into the cradle of Mother Earth, bit by bit, stress leaving you. Now go and bring attention to your back and your belly and your chest. And imagine stress leaving every single place there. Your spine relaxing bit by bit. Your belly relaxing, your chest relaxing. And the more you center into your body and allow the stress to leave, the more you feel you're falling into the earth. And now bring attention to your legs and your toes and your feet. And just imagine stress escaping from there. And as you sit here, being one with the earth, imagine your whole body as a big energy ball, all bright and beautiful. Take a few deep breaths When you're ready, you can open your eyes. So that was a centering activity that you had from me. As part of the follow-up, I would urge you to do a reflection in a journal. You can write about what it exactly felt when you found stress leaving yourself. You can draw an imagery of that, or you can just write words around that. So hope it helped you. And I pass it on to Kate, who brings her centering practice.
Hey guys, it's Kate here, and we are going to do some heart work. I like to take away the word just heart because I don't want to intimidate anybody. This is to bring some calm and peace into your day, along with meditation and anything else that you might enjoy. So I thought today, if you can see the extra screen on here, this is where we'll be doing some art. We'll do some mandalas. And it's a very simple process, even though you might be sitting here thinking, I can't draw for the life of me. Don't be around the bush. Simply go get a circular shape, trace it, cut it out, and then we take this paper and we fold it. So you're going to fold it in half, fold it in half again, and then one more time. And this is going to divide up your paper into those segments. The great thing about a mandala is it's repetitive. So because it's repetitive, your brain can shut off. It doesn't have to be thinking about the next step because it already knows what it is. From here, I simply take a black permanent marker because then I can't erase. What goes down stays down. And I make my little segments more visible. And as I do this, I continually turn the paper in a circular direction. That way my brain starts to relax and realize, okay, we're just going this way. We're going to keep going around. So now we're going to start adding layers of a design. You could start with just a little half circle. So you draw it and turn. Draw it and turn. There's no rush. There's no wrong way to do this. The best thing is just to go slow and to go with your gut on what the next thing should be. So if you're stumped, I tell my kiddos, just draw some random line. And you'll continue this around and around. What you might notice is all of a sudden your brain actually slows down. It's a really cool process. So what I would encourage you guys to do is try these. Your circles can be any size. I just took a coffee mug, which was closest to me, but if you have a big plate and you want to do a large one, it can take a little bit longer, but it kind of extends the length of your centering. Try different colors, different shapes. The other thing you can do with these is when they are done, you can color them in with that same process where you start in one spot and you continually turn. So I'm not going to just kind of color all over the place. I'm going to kind of keep it a very centered, slow process. Again, allowing my brain to realize I don't have to think, I already know. And have fun with it. So I'm going to pass it down over to Kevin, and he's going to share a bit about mindset.
That was great. I love those activities, both of you. So I'm Kevin Lightman with Academic Mindset. And when we talk about mindset training, we always try to stay proactive. We practice and put in mental repetitions and physical repetitions, like writing things down, to prepare us for that moment when we really do need to feel centered, right? So what I want to lead you through today is just a set of things that are going to help you create a purpose statement. And when you have that purpose statement, and things are going on, like a quarantine, or something big is happening and you need to feel centered, you can go back to that purpose statement, and that's where you can center yourself around. So the first thing I'd like you to do today is consider what your main priorities are, and these should be your ideal priorities. So when you take a moment and think about, what do I really want out of life? Where do I want my focus, my attention to be? And after you come up with that, I want you to write down your ideal top 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the things I really want to commit myself to. These are the things that are most important to me. And obviously there are no wrong answers there, but it's definitely important that you can say very confidently, this is where I want my attention to be. Now, the second thing I want you to do, after you've listed out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are my top priorities, I then want you to go through and think about how much time you spend on each of those priorities on a typical day. Now, some of those might not match up so well. So for instance, on my priority sheet, educating is, 3 or 4. It's under, family and God and some of those other things that are really important to me. However, it takes up a majority of my time because to be an educator, you're dedicating 8 hours a day. I mean, that's the teaching day, possibly even more. So your time might not fit exactly with your priorities, but what you want to do is get a good idea of, are you spending as much time on each priority as you'd like to? This can help you avoid those red flags of, oh, this is really important to me, but I let it slip, right? And once you have that list together, so you have your top 5 priorities, you have the amount of time you spend on average with each of those things. Now I want you to come up with a purpose statement. And that could look a lot of different ways. For me, I put my vision is. Now for you, you might not want to use vision. You might say a mission statement, or you might say your why, or you might say what's most important to me is. But that should all come from your priorities and from the way that you're spending your time on average. So really think about, how am I spending my days? What do I care about the most? And how can I turn that into a statement that I can then center myself on? So really think about, what's most important to you? How do I put that into a good one sentence? Make that sentence yours, own it. And after you've owned that, now when you need to feel centered, as you do meditations, as you do heart work, as you do different types of activities to help center yourself, you now have a guiding purpose to revolve all of that around. So that's my piece of the whole brain diet. You heard from all 3 of us. We're very thankful that you joined in today, and we look forward to talking to you next week.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. And again, I just wanted to add, because, Kevin shared a beautiful activity, Kate shared a beautiful activity. I just want to say, energy flows where attention goes. And the idea of what we all are trying to do is bring your attention to things that matter to you in your life, and especially in these times of quarantine where your mental health might be at stake, and you might be thinking about things that don't really matter to you and are not really as important, but bringing you back to that center that is yourself and to things that you care about.
Excellent.
Yeah, thank you again for joining. And I think all of us are extremely honored and grateful that you did take the time to join in with us, because this can be a kind of uncomfortable thing to look at, slowing down and finding a place of centering. But we hope that we guided you through it as best we could and gave you a little bit of some baby steps to get your journey started.
Thank you all. Bye.